and welcome to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm unboxing Tales from the Loop, the board game by Free League, and of course the expansion, the Runaway and Invasive Species. I am an absolute huge fan of Tales from the Loop. I quite enjoyed the Prime TV show. I quite enjoyed the artwork and stuff, and we do have a review copy of the role-playing game, the starter pack, which will be on our channel in the not too distant future, so stay tuned for that. So of course, when they did a board game, I absolutely snapped up the chance of getting a copy of this, and here is that snap decision. So let's have a quick look at what you get inside the Tales from the board game. Oh, this is a heavy box, guys. So as you can see, we've got the map of the island. We've got some miniatures in here as well. They come unpainted. There is a deluxe version which has painted miniatures in, but I like painting my own stuff, so I was like, wow, why not? And essentially in this game, you're going to be playing some kids, which are pictured at the bottom here, and you're going to be trying to discover a mystery of some kind whilst trying to balance your school life and your home life. This is a game where you can actually get grounded in if you upset the adults too much, so that's pretty cool. The artwork, as always, is just fantastic. Nothing on the inside of the box. So we come straight to the rulebook. Now, I have read the rulebook previously when they actually did the Kickstarter campaign. And it's very informative, really well laid out. And yeah, the pictures in this really help you. So yeah, there you go. It's decent enough. There's 22 pages you're going to have to get through. Including ways to make things easier or harder. And then some content on the back, which is good. So, next we have the World of the Loop. This was one of the stretch goals. And I believe this just tells you more about the world, the 80s that never was, with some of that lovely artwork which inspired this whole series. So, of course, you don't have to read this, but it gives you a good idea of what the world is like going in, which is great if in case you want to actually do one of those lovely role-playing games and kind of really immerse yourself in it. Now, we should be somewhere in here, but will we find ourselves in the time that I have to go through this with you? I can't see myself on here. So, well, maybe we are in here, maybe we're not. But it doesn't matter, because I've got it now. Yes, I'm still looking just in case we're on here. But I can't see us on here, which is fine. Right, next we have a couple of cheat sheets to help you out playing the game, which give you a brief idea of what you need to do when playing the game. Double-sided, so yeah, all good. Next we have some tokens. And we've got our some tracks here which are going to be used for our insight and our enigma. I think they're the two things I use. Really nice tokens here, nice artwork, and like a decent thickness to the board as well. Now we have some location things there, so these are things that you can do at these locations if they're in play, and the standees for the kid characters themselves. Lovely artwork. And we've got like a little license there. Now we've got a bunch more tokens here. Now, let's take a look at the board. How much space is this going to take up? So, not a ton of space, which is really handy. Like, I could comfortably fit this around my table and have up to 5 people sitting there and playing this game, no bother. We've got like a grid reference on here. These are the locations going to be going around. We've got our time track up here. You've only got 2 weeks to solve the mystery. At the bottom, we've got places to put your cards, including the rumours. Once the rumours go off the board, bad things happen, I believe. The board's also split up between like safe locations and also restricted locations. Restricted being in orange and the regular ones being kind of like creamy white. Okay, yeah, so decent board. Now, let's take a look inside. So we've got our robots, and they're double-sided for player count. So we've got a 2 to 3 side this side, and a 4 to 5 on that side. And these are the firewalls. So essentially, these are what you're going to need, what tests you need to do, I believe, to actually get past them. Because you can actually hack these robots and travel around the island on them. So we've got the Powerhoofer MK79, the AMB 110 Fireguard, another one of those. You've got some Watchdogs and the AMAT 2. Let's take a look at our characters now. Now the boards themselves, they unlocked a kind of like double layer on this, so you can essentially put your time cubes in the little like indents here. So we've got Lena, the popular girl, and that's all the stuff that she can do. And the interesting thing is the color of this is what her strength is. So you can always know just having a look that she's really good at charming. For instance, Saturday Computer Geek, he's very clever. So you know from a glance who's best at what particular kind of trait. So we got Lena there. We've got Sasha, the computer geek. We got Nils, the weirdo. Apologies if I'm pronouncing these terribly. Stefan, the jock. Veronica, the metalhead. Clara, the bookworm. Jonas, the hick. And Alex, the troublemaker. So they're all of our characters there. We've got 8 of those in total. Next, let's take a look at the miniatures. And there's a nice little game tray here to kind of organise all the stuff away. So let's get into this. Okay, so here are our miniatures. Let's get them out. So that's the AMAT 2 there. Really nice kind of design on that. We've got our Watchdogs. We've got our fire brands, are they? Fire brands. And these guys as well. So yeah, really nice miniatures there. And you've got 2 spaces here because there are miniatures in the Runaway expansion and the Invasive Species expansion as well. So they should fit in here. We'll have a look in a minute and see if that is the case. So put those back in there. We've got a bunch of cubes in there. Really nice bright orange and some white and black cubes there. We have some little kind of dial dots in there to essentially assemble the dial, because on the actual board itself, you're going to be having the 2 dials here, which relate to your Insignia and Enigma. Insignia? Insight. Okay, we've got a mini deck here. Let's see how easy this is to get into. It's not very easy, I can say, from the offsets. Trying my best here, guys. Might need to go and get a knife. Well, I got in. So these are like a 4 out of 5 for difficulty to get into these cards. So I've got an item deck here. So I've got some items and I've got some anomalies. So the items themselves, these are pretty cool because essentially they tell you what they are and what you can combine them with to do this particular thing. And some of the challenges you're going to have to do will require you to either succeed at a particular type of roll, which for instance could be a grey roll here. This would assist with any rolls which have anything to do with grey, I guess. Or it might say, oh, if you can use an explosive, then you can pass this straight away with no dice required. So if you had fire and this glue, you could craft them together to create an explosive. So the skill tests in this using the items are pretty ingenious, I think. And we've got a ton of items here. So we've got some hairspray, we've got a cheap lighter, we have a trick bike, we've got a VIC-20 computer, a V-cable, freestyle, a boombox, chewing gum, a pocket knife, a baseball bat, firecrackers, sneakers, windproof lighter, eyeliner, lowrider bike, hockey stick, Admiral 64 computer, school books, serial cable, and epoxy glue. So they're all the items we've got there. And then we've got some anomalies in here. So an alien, for instance. Knockout uses 2, maybe used to entirely avoid a something test. Simply skip the test and any rewards it might give. Instead of resolving a rumor, just discard it. So we've got an alien you could find, or an alien question mark. The Bison Boar. Sax ID. Machine Escape. Machine Mind. A Pet Raptor. A Machine Arm. And finally, because I'm not going to go through all of these, an Exvius Optimus. So, yeah, I'm essentially not going through these because I don't want to spoil them for me as I'm discovering them during the game. The items I don't mind so much, but the anomalies, they sound like they'd be quite fun to discover during play. So, if you want to see what's actually in that anomaly deck, then stay tuned to our channel because we will be doing a complete playthrough of at least one of the scenarios from this game. So, we've got those there. Let's take a look at the dice whilst I'm in this general area. So you have got these dice here, and the only thing you want to get on here is a 6, which is represented by this kind of symbol here. I think, I'm not quite sure which way. Oh, yeah, that way around. So yeah, you want to get those. All the other numbers, they don't matter. You want to get 6s. So these are the dice you get with the game itself. I've got 1, 6, yes. We also have some stickers which you're going to put on the bases of your robots to differentiate between alpha and beta. And obviously, if you're going to be painting this, you're not going to be wanting to put these on until you've done the bases. So that's me. We've got some standees here as well, to some clips to put those in. And then we've got a ton of cards here. These aren't easy open kind, but I just used my teeth, so I get minus points for that. This is like a 3 out of 5 to get into these. And I'm not going to do all the cards here, but I'm going to point out a couple of these cards, and we'll see what they do. Because once again, I don't want to spoil anything for me. So we've got our school cards here, and these are things that you're going to have to do whilst you're at school. So let's have a quick look at one of these. So there's a downpour. Why is there twice as much yearly rainfall on these islands? Nature hates us. Walking in the downpour is draining. The first time you walk this round, check to see how it goes. A success, a bit cold, but so far so good. Failure, the rain takes its toll, become exhausted. And we've got down here, we've got the different types of robots are going to be moving depending on what we've got down here. And yeah, you got a ton of these school cards, so they're going to come in handy when you're playing the game. Next, let's take a look what we've got here. So we've got our robot cards. We've got the fire starter there. Bot and mock. Oh, so these are actually the scenarios in here. Jungle Fever, the Light Fantastic, the Passenger, and Electric Bully. So if we have a look at Bottom Mock, because this is the one it recommends you start with this one. So Bottom Mock, there have been reports of machines behaving erratically, just walking in circles or simply disappearing into the woods. There's even been a couple of dangerous incidents. If the kids haven't won by the end of week 2, it's an automatic loss. Rumor set is a little robot thing. Starting diary, B1. Starting machines, and you put these guys there. Event locations, you put the Satuna spiders at G. And rumor cards, all of those types and those types. And school cards, just those types. So you essentially build your decks depending on what you've got on these kind of cards. And the Mystery Island one here, this is the sandbox mode they unloaded. So they unlocked even. So yeah, so that'll be an interesting... see how that works out. These are all the rumor cards. They show you where they're going to be placed as well. And I don't really want to reveal too much about these because I don't want to spoil the story for me. But if we have a quick look at this one, you can see there that this is there's a little text here. If you are able to do this, then you don't have to roll any dice. If you are rolling a dice, then you're going to try to get 6s, so this happens. Otherwise, that's going to happen. So we'll just have to get to these when we get to them. And we got a ton more of these rumors. Okay, these cards are taking a bit longer to get into, so bear with me, folks. So we've got all these rumors as well. And then we've got these double-sided kind of cards for the robots. So this is how they're actually going to be acting. And yeah, we've just got a ton. There's just loads of stuff in here. It's going to take ages to sort this all out. So these must be the diaries, I guess. And then we have chores, and chores are things you're going to have to do, otherwise you're going to upset your parents. So let's take a look. Dog gone. Simon said he saw a raptor feeding on a deer. I'm not leaving my dog out there. Your dog ran off after a hare. Place a counter on this card every time you spend one time in a location adjacent to your home and succeed at a smarts or a kind of friendship test. I think that means you have to get 2 successes, which are 6s. You find her and she found something as well. Take the power anomaly card, or failure, you can't find her. Become upset until the next chore resolution when you find her ensconced in your neighbour's garage. So a bunch of chores there that you're going to have to do, and you have to complete them by a particular time during the week. Otherwise, yeah, failure. We'll have a quick look underneath. Nothing underneath. So that is the base game, and it looks like it's all going to go back really nicely. I even think that you'd probably be able to sleeve these and get these back in. So yeah, there's lots of rooms in here, and I think I could actually probably decant the bits from the expansion into here as well. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, maybe not, I don't know. So let's just put all this back in for the moment. As you can see, I just wanted to put these back in so you could see that the game tray is going to help us organize all of this. Although that essentially will go into there, and the tokens will go somewhere, and all of this. And then we've got these things, and then of course there's the board as well. And I'm not sure how the board is going to lay when you've got these dials on top. But I guess we'll see. So that is the base game. Oh, and I forgot to put that on. So there we go. Right, that's the base game. Invasive species expansion. So expand your Tales from the Loop, the board game experience, with some invasive species from the late Cretaceous. The school is buzzing with wild rumors about how the ice cream truck was attacked and the driver eaten. This expansion for Tales from the Loop, the board game, contains a masterfully designed miniature of a Gorgosaurus liberatus, as depicted in the art by Simon Stalenhag, as well as a completely new scenario featuring it and all the cards and sheets needed to bring it into your game. Okay, so let's open this up. And let's see what we have in here. Apologies, the sun is shining, so of course you can see my apparatus shadow, pardon the expression. So what do we get in here? We have got the kind of behavior card for the Gorgosaurus, double-sided, so you've got your 2 to 3 and 4 to 5 on that side. And then we've got the cards for this. And once again, these are not easy open kind cards, which are, it's a little frustrating, I guess. Like this day and age, I kind of think all cards should be in packaging which you don't need to use your teeth to get into, or scissors. But this hasn't passed the test. I'm going to have to use scissors to get into this because, honestly, it is very tricky. This is very well... It's very tight. And you don't really want to use scissors when you're kind of cutting away at very tight, tightly packed cards because you don't want to damage the cards. So we've got our invasive species scenario card, which tells you everything you need to know about that. We have got a bunch of rumors which are going to be added to this. The response cards there, diary cards, and also how to use this expansion as well. So it tells you what you're going to need to do that. So you get all those cards in there. And of course, let's take a look at that Gorgosaurus miniature. Wow, that is beautiful. They've done a great job with that. So that's everything you get inside the invasive species. Let's take a look at the Runaway. So the Runaway, this expansion for Tales from the Loop. Oh no, let's read this bit. Expand your Tales from the Loop board game experience with this Runaway machine. For the past week, black vans and agents in suits have been seen in the area around the loop. Rumors have it that they are searching for a spy. So let's take a look. I'm imagining we're going to have pretty much the same contents as before. One card, some rumors. Oh, open upside down, Adam. So yeah, we've got our card for the Runaway itself. We've got the miniature for the runaway. Really lovely miniatures in this. And then we've got the deck of cards here. Not even going to bother to try to open these without scissors. So we've got the scenario card itself, a bunch of rumor cards, response cards, diary cards, and the how to use this expansion card as well, which is obviously very important. So that's it, guys. That's my entire Tales from the Loop, the board game unboxing. It's taken like 20 odd minutes to do this. So thanks for watching this. If you enjoyed this, then please stay tuned to the channel, because we will, like I say, be doing a full run through of Tales from the Loop, the board game. And we will also be covering the role-playing game in the not too distant future. I've been the ever excitable Adam. If you've enjoyed this, then please leave me some comments below. I always love chatting to you guys and interacting. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe, and you want to get those notifications when we're putting new content out, because of course you want to hear me just waffling on about all this kind of stuff. Anyway, until next time, guys, stay safe and keep rolling.